All right, Shalom Akim, Shalom, Shalom, Lahab Aquarium. All right, this is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsburg, Pennsylvania, coming with another lesson through the Spirit. And Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruchaha Kwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of mouth grown in his truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all, Barakatham. All right, so we're going to get into this this article, I should say. All right. And it's coming from technocracy.news. Okay. And as it says, Pete Hegseth says AI is God-given manifest destiny. God-given manifest destiny. All right. I was actually looking at a post from Elder Yashawamba, and he had posted a video from Matt Walsh. And Matt Walsh is essentially going into, the whole colonialism and how it was a good thing and whatnot, All right, the prophets, beginning with our apostles, bishops, and elders on down, have been telling you all, and lifting up the banner, sounding the alarm that these devils are about to use their pseudoscience, okay? Because you have to remember, whenever they're about to come down with the sword, they have to make a moral argument for what they're about to do. You see what I'm saying? They have to make a justification. All right. So before I get started with this article, because it's going to be the audio format, okay? Before I do that, I want to hit Psalms chapter 140. All right, this is Psalms 140, starting at the top, verse 1. It says, "Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. Selah. Keep me, O Lord Yahweh, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man, who have purposed to overthrow my goings. The proud have hid a snare for me, and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me. Selah." Right? So let's get to this article.
Pete Hegseth says I is God-given, manifest destiny. By Pete Hegseth via Department of War. Hegseth is widely described as a Christian nationalist who sees the United States as a nation with a God-given mission and views state power, including the military, as an instrument for advancing a Christian-inflected civilization. When someone with that theology calls AI America's next manifest destiny, and speaks of dominating that frontier, the phrase imports the older idea that God endorses U.S. expansion into a new domain of power. This is a doctrine that is sweeping across the evangelical church. Manifest destiny was first used during Western expansion in the 1800s, claiming that God endorsed the removal, conquering, of the savages from the continental U.S. Hegseth is thoroughly deceived into thinking that God is backing or invented AI for the express purpose of waging war on the enemies of America.
Let me pause it right there. All right. So you're listening carefully to this, man, and I want you to really think about the things that you're hearing. Okay. What happened in the first manifest destiny of theirs, you know what I'm saying? Where they came up with a justification for what they would do, all right, beginning with the northern tribes, the so-called Latinos, Hispanics, Native Indians, Seminole Indians, okay, and branching onwards, you know what I'm saying, to take the southern tribes from West Africa and different parts of Europe where they were. You see what I'm saying? And all of this was in a coordinated effort to subjugate both kingdoms of the nation of Israel. All right, both kingdoms, the northern and the southern. All right, because this whole colonialism and, you know, manifest destiny of theirs, all right, didn't begin in the 1800s. You know what I'm saying? It began when they first came here. You see? All right, it began when they first came here. When you look at Christopher Columbus, which his real name was Cristobal Colon, okay? When he traveled here, he came here with a purpose. All right, and it wasn't to look for land. You see what I'm saying? So in this whole you know, campaign of theirs, okay, they're seeking to reestablish their dominance over the planet, and they're going to use AI to do this. Okay? And like you know, like the author said, okay, Pete Hegseth, he's being fooled into thinking this. Okay? And all of these Edomites are fooled that way, you know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say, all right, the deceived and the deceiver are his. You see what I'm saying? The Lord controls these things, man. Man's goings are of the Lord. So let's get that real quick. All right. This is Psalms chapter 20 and verse 24. It says, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? All right. And I quoted this in the book of Job, so let me grab that as well. All right, this is Job chapter 12 and verse 16. It says, with him, with the Heavenly Father, with the Most High Yahweh, with him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. Okay, let's take that back a little bit.
U.S. Hegseth is thoroughly deceived into thinking that God is backing or invented AI for the express purpose of waging war on the enemies of America.
Now let's go to the book of Psalms. Okay? Because they really think that the Lord is on their side. And to an extent he is. All right, to an extent he is, because he's the one that's giving you all this technology. You know what I'm saying? All of these things are an inspiration of the Heavenly Father, but on the left-hand side. All right, on the left-hand side, he can send angels on the left-hand side, being those demons, okay, to influence you. Okay? I went into this extensively in the previous lesson. All right? So let's go to the book of Psalms chapter 50. And let's hit verse 20. It says, "Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son." All right. His brother, Esau's brother, is who? Jacob. Jacob is the progenitor of the 12 tribes. Verse 21. "These things hast thou done, and I kept silent. I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such a one as thyself." You see? They thought that the Lord was all on their side, man. He thought that they thought that the Lord, you know what I'm saying, that the Lord was was okay with all this. All right, that he was just chill with it. Now, like I said, to an extent he is, because this all plays a part in prophecy. And everything has to play out as is written. And it is written because it is spoken. You see? Says, "These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself. But I will reprove thee, and set them in order before thine eyes." Continuing on.
The end goal of Christian nationalism, dominionism, Reconstructionism is to conquer the enemies of Christ, so he, Christ, can return to earth. This is a twisted and tortured application of biblical theology. Patrick Wood, editor. The War.
Right. And jumping up, verse 16, it says, "But unto the wicked, the Most High Power saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and casteth my words behind thee?" You see? So all these things, like the apostles and the elders, the bishops say all the time, you know what I'm saying? That the only time these devils actually use the Bible is when they're trying to justify an evil act. You see? The only time they want to use the Bible is when they want to enact a wicked deed. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, before they come down with the sword, they always have to come with a justification or a moral high ground. You see? All right, so but unto the wicked, the Most High saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? You know what I'm saying? So, they're pretty much putting a curse on themselves. And like the scriptures say, these are the people who are of his curse, that is set to judgment.
War Department today announced the launch of Google Cloud's Gemini for Government as the first of several frontier AI capabilities to be housed on Geni.mil, the department's new bespoke AI platform. This initiative cultivates an AI-first workforce, leveraging generative AI capabilities to create a more efficient and battle-ready enterprise. Additional world-class AI models will be available to all civilians, contractors, and military personnel, delivering on the White House's AI action plan announced earlier this year.
Let me take that back.
This is a twisted and tortured application of biblical theology. Patrick Wood, editor. The War Department today announced the launch of Google Cloud's Gemini for Government as the first of several frontier AI capabilities to be housed on Geni.mil, the department's new bespoke AI platform. This initiative cultivates an AI-first workforce, leveraging generative AI capabilities to create a more efficient and battle-ready enterprise. Additional world-class AI models will be available to all civilians, contractors, and military personnel.
You hear that? So it's going to be available to citizens. It's going to be available to military personnel. It's going to be available to all branches of government. Okay, AI is going to be in everyone's home. AI is going to be in everyone's systems. This is the beast system. This is the image of the beast. You see what I'm saying? When you break down Revelation chapter 13, you have to break it down correctly, because there are three separate separate things that must be understood here. You have to understand the beast. All right, you have to understand the image of the beast, and you have to understand the mark of this beast. Okay? What does the beast entail? The beast is going into the system, all right, that is revived out of the Roman Empire. And this is the new Roman Empire. Okay? This is that that eighth head. Okay? This is that eighth head, and also that little horn that's spoken about. You see what I'm saying? That's the beast. And it comes in the image of his predecessor. Now the image of this beast is the philosophies, it's the entire system that is revolving around it. Okay? The things that cause it to function. Okay? All the different applications that allows for the functioning of this beast system. All right, or of this beast empire itself. So you have the beast, then you have the image of the beast. Okay, going into all the agriculture, the things that they control. Okay, and if you look at all these different applications as what is going to be used with Gen I, all right, or Gen AI. Okay, all of it is going to be interlocked within the system. And what's going to be the key in order for you to participate in this system is going to be the mark of the beast. You see? So you have the beast, then you have the image of the beast, which is the system, all right, or the matrix, if you will. And then you have the mark of the beast, and that is going to be how you will be able to function within this system. And that is a device that is going to be mandated in the very near future. See what I'm saying?
Delivering on the White House's AI action plan announced earlier this year. Department's new bespoke AI platform. This initiative cultivates an AI-first workforce, leveraging generative AI capabilities to create a more efficient and battle-ready enterprise. Additional world-class AI models will be available to all civilians, contractors, and military personnel, delivering on the White House's AI action plan announced earlier this year. This past July, President Donald Trump instituted a mandate to achieve an unprecedented level of AI technological superiority. The War Department is delivering on this mandate, ensuring it is not just ink on paper. In response to this directive, AI capabilities have now reached all desktops in the Pentagon and in American military installations around the world.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? All right. I'm actually reading the transcript that it has. Okay. As a matter of fact, you can read this here. Let me get this right here so you can go and watch it yourself or go and read it yourself. All right, bear with me. All right. So this is what the article is pretty much referring to. All right. This is directly from the Department of War. Okay, this is www.war.gov. Okay. It says the War Department unleashes AI on new GenAI.mil platform. Okay, GenAI stands for generative artificial intelligence. All right, and the MIL stands for military. Okay. So essentially every citizen, all right, let's go down here. Okay. It says, Slovakia. There we go. All right, so it says here, it says additional world class artificial intelligence models will be available to all citizens, contractors, and military personnel, delivering on the White House's AI action plan announced earlier this year. Okay, when you look at the different executive orders, all right, when you look at the big beautiful bill, when you look at all these different things that Trump has been steamrolling through the White House, okay, it all comes together. It's all culminating, man. All right, it's all culminating into one system. You see what I'm saying? All these executive orders are going to play their specific roles very, very soon. This is why you have this thing that they call the Genesis mission. Okay? That's the executive order, the Genesis mission. And it's all about AI. Okay? Go and watch iRobot with Will Smith. Okay, it will be very insightful. Because because a lot of the things that was shown in that movie back in 2004 is happening right now. Right now. I promise you, you watch that movie, you're going to be like, damn, that's just happening today. You see? So this is the article, or shall I say this is the announcement here, the press release on from the Department of War. So you can go, you can pretty much just type this into the search, you know what I'm saying, and you can just get straight to this page right here. All right, but let's go back to the audio. Bear with me.
The first instance on Geni.mil, Gemini for Government, empowers intelligent agentic workflows, unleashes experimentation, and ushers in an AI-driven culture change that will dominate the digital battlefield for years to come. Gemini for Government is the embodiment of American AI excellence, placing unmatched analytical and creative power directly into the hands of the world's most dominant fighting force.
All right, directly into the hands of the world's dominant fighting force. It says Gemini for Government is the embodiment of American AI excellence, placing unmatched analytical and creative power directly into the hands of the world's most dominant fighting force. Okay? This is what the prophets have been telling you. The whole reason why they have the executive officers from OpenAI, executive officers from Meta, and from Palantir, all having been sworn in as lieutenant colonels in the U.S. military. The reason for that is because they are to put it in layman's terms, they are basically building they're building shit. What's the word? Skynet. Excuse me. All right, so they're building Skynet right in front of your eyes. They're building Skynet, and then when you watch the movie iRobot, okay, the woman explains to the detective. She says all AI integrated systems are in the security mainframe as well. Okay, it's within the military, within the military branch too. And the detective said, "Well, why don't you just give them the keys to the city or the keys to the country or whatever?" Okay, and she said, "I think we already did." You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what's happening. Okay, what's happening here is they're putting all functioning systems under the command of AI, artificial intelligence. That's exactly what happened in the Terminator series. Okay? And the TI robot was explaining to Sarah Connor, saying that on certain such and such amount of time on the year 2029, okay, said that cybernetics systems come online, and and the cybernetics mainframes become self-aware at such and such amount of time PM. Okay, and in the panic they try to pull the plug, and that's when the artificial intelligence begins sending the nukes and all that stuff, right? And then the scenario plays out for real in the third movie, Terminator 3. Okay? So this is literally what's going down right now. You know what I'm saying? All right. But again, man's goings are of the Lord. So it's the Lord that's doing all these things.
There's no prize for second place in the global race for AI dominance, and ushers in an AI-driven culture change that will dominate the digital battlefield for years to come. Gemini for Government is the embodiment of American AI excellence, placing unmatched analytical and creative power directly into the hands of the world's most dominant fighting force. There is no prize for second place in the global race for AI dominance, said Emil Michael, Under-Secretary of War for Research and Engineering. We are moving rapidly to deploy powerful AI capabilities like Gemini for Government directly to our workforce. AI is America's next manifest destiny, and we're ensuring that we dominate this new frontier. The launch of Geni.mil stands as a testament to American ingenuity, driven by the AI Rapid Capabilities Cell within the War Department's Office of Research and Engineering. Their achievement directly embodies the department's core tenets of reviving the warrior ethos, rebuilding American military capabilities, and re-establishing deterrence through technological dominance and uncompromising grit.
All right. Let me grab this here in the book of Micah. All right, this is Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hands." Okay? And like I said, these executive officers from all these different AI platforms like AI, Meta, OpenAI and Meta, you know what I'm saying? And Palantir, okay? They are in those positions as lieutenant colonels because what is going to be going on, okay, very soon is they're going to replace the military. All right, they're going to be replacing the military. All right. Lieutenant colonels, all right, they control their different factions, their different platoons. All right. Well, these particular lieutenant colonels will be controlling artificial intelligence, their soldiers. Their soldiers. You see? You're going to see exactly what the prophets have told you is coming. All right? AI robots, killer drones. If you've seen, I'm going to tell you, watch the movie, like I said, watch the movie I, Robot, watch the movie Monsters of Men. And what else? I'm sure everybody has seen Terminator, the Terminator series, right? But definitely watch iRobot and Monsters of Man. Okay? Watch that shit, man. Okay? When you saw what that one robot in Monsters of Man, that movie, you saw what that robot did to Eve when he did to that so-called black woman. You know what I'm saying? It was boy, it had even a general looking like goddamn. See what I'm saying? It did her dirty, man. And that's what you about to see. You're about to see artificial intelligence, and they don't have feelings. You see? This is why they're going to replace the military, because they're going to send the military to fight against their own soldiers. Against their own citizens. They're going to send the military to go against, go against Americans in California, in Texas, in North Dakota, all right, Iowa, Ohio, Pennsylvania. They're going to send this. They're going to send soldiers, all right, to attack U.S. citizens, and the soldiers are not going to want to do that. That's why AI is going to replace them, and they already have them all checked. They already have them set. You see what I'm saying? Because I promise you, the type of robots that you're seeing from Tesla, the type of robots that you're seeing from these other companies, you know what I'm saying, that's out there in the open, that's not what you're about to see. Okay? That's not what you're about to see. What you're about to see are the type of robots and artificial intelligence bots that are being created right now in Lockheed Martin, Lockheed Skunk Works, these black projects. You see what I'm saying? Within these defense companies that are classified, they don't show the public. Those are the ones that you're about to see. And they're all going to function off of this centralized AI system, this mainframe. That's why they get all this data. That's why they need all these data centers. You see what I'm saying? It's all going to be brought together in one singularity. Okay?
We are pushing all of our chips in on artificial intelligence as a fighting force. The department is tapping into America's commercial genius, and we're embedding generative AI into our daily battle rhythm. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth remarked, AI tools present boundless opportunities to increase efficiency, and we are thrilled to witness AI's future positive impact across the War Department. The department is providing no-cost training for GenAI.mil to all Dow employees. Training sessions are designed to build confidence in using AI and give personnel the education needed to realize its full potential. Security is paramount, and all tools on GenAI.mil are certified for Controlled Unclassified Information, CUI, and Impact Level 5, IL5, making them secure for operational use. Gemini for Government provides an edge through natural language conversation, retrieval augmented generation, RAG, and is web-grounded against Google search to ensure outputs are reliable and dramatically reduces the risk of AI hallucinations. GenAI.mil is another building block in America's AI revolution. The War Department is unleashing a new era of operational dominance, where every warfighter wields frontier AI as a force multiplier.
Check that out. The War Department is unleashing a new era of operational dominance where every warfighter wields frontier AI as a force multiplier. What does that mean? Okay, what does that mean? Have you seen those robotic legs? All right. We're talking about those type of legs where you just get inside of the exoskeleton, okay? And the robot legs is pretty much making you light on your feet to where you can run, but it doesn't feel like you're running. You see what I'm saying? Any you're not losing any energy. AI is doing it all for you. You see what I'm saying? All right, these super soldiers, you're about to see those too. You're about to see super soldiers as well. Okay? With augmented AI embedded inside of their framework. You're going to see that. All the type of stuff, we've seen it in the video games, right? You've seen the video game Crisis, okay, and Crisis 2, where the man inside the nanosuit was able to he was able to perform superhuman abilities. Okay? You're about to see that. Okay? The War Department is unleashing a new era of operational dominance where every warfighter wields frontier AI as a force multiplier.
The release of Geni.mil is an indispensable strategic imperative for our fighting force, further establishing the United States as the global leader in AI.
That's it. That's it. All right. That's it. I gave you the website so you can see this whole article. You can read it all for yourself. All right, bit by bit, piece by piece. Let's get this last precept and I'll close it out. It's about to get bad out here, man. All right, it's about to get bad. All those jokers have been saying there's no Jacob's trouble. Okay. All those dudes like Bishop Nathaniel, who's been calling us conspiracy nuts. Okay? Crazy people. They're about to eat those words. This is Ezekiel chapter 21. And let's go to verse 6. It says, "Sigh therefore, thou son of man, with the breaking of thy loins, and with bitterness, sigh before their eyes." And that's what the prophets have been doing. We have been sighing and crying before the eyes of you Israelites, man. You've seen us everywhere. You've seen us on the street corners. You've seen us on these videos, all right? On Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. You've seen us. We have been sighing, we've been crying. You see what I'm saying? And we've been sounding the alarm, I should say. We've been sounding the alarm. Okay? And it says, verse 7, "And it shall be, when they say unto thee, Wherefore sighest thou? That thou shalt answer, For the tidings, because it cometh." All right? It cometh. "And every heart shall melt, and all hands shall be feeble, and every spirit shall faint, and all knees shall be weak as water. Behold, it cometh, and shall be brought to pass, saith the Lord power. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, and he hath given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished, to give it into the hand of the slayer. Cry and howl, Son of man, for it shall be upon my people, It shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors, by reason of the sword, shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon thy thigh. And when this happens, you're going to know that a prophet was warning you of this. You see what I'm saying? The people are going to understand that that they were warned of these things coming. You know what I'm saying? The hour of temptation is going to truly be an hour of temptation, man. Okay? And it's not 1 hour that we're talking about. Like those dudes at IOIC say, it's not 1 hour. It's a period of time where people are going to be pressured. People are going to be afraid. You see what I'm saying? They're going to see things that they've never seen before. This AI that they're about to unleash, this isn't new. They've been perfecting this thing for decades. They've been perfecting this for decades. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, the type of AI that you're allowed to play with, that's only the low-level stuff. The things that they have in those deep departments of top-tier clearance, you have never seen before. But you're about to. Every one of us are about to see them. And the prophets were given the word of the Lord to give and to warn the sheep. You see? So time's running out, man. All right? Repent. You better repent now and get it together. You see what I'm saying? Calling the names Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai. Calling the name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And pray for forgiveness. Pray for protection. Pray that the Lord keep you and your family covered, man. Because it's about to get hot and heavy. Call hello Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Wachak Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.